MC Smoke.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yes, mate. Welcome to the Tub. This is Take You Back podcast.
I know, yeah. It's good. It's good, man. I like it. It's good to be here as well.
No, yeah, no problems at all, mate. Thanks for coming down.
No problem.
So, yeah, like you know, as we do every week, just taking it back, mate. Taking you back. Taking it back, mate. We just want to hear your story and
where you first started.
Yeah, where you first started, where you.
Well,
where
it all started for me in a car park on docks when someone put a zone tape on, and then that was it. Then it all changed from then on. I went to Dance Factory about 3 weeks after. I was only about 17. Weren't even old enough to get in, but I got in.
Fake ID or?
No, I just got in. I think I looked old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always looked a bit older than I were. I remember going to Tokyo Joe's in Preston like when I was about 15. Yeah, so anyway, I got in. That was it then. That was it. I was hooked. I was there every week at Dance Factory. I weren't really an MC then. Then I started like getting into it, listening to other MCs like Irie, Wizard and Breeze and all them.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones that were there at the time. I just, as I progressed, going to the nights, I just got into the MCing.
Yeah.
Got into the MCing, and then Dance Factory stopped then after a bit. So I started putting like CDs on and stuff in my stereo and plugging my mic in and MCing over them and stuff and just doing that. And that's what I did, and that's how I started MCing. Obviously, putting these CDs out. Well, they were tapes then. They weren't CDs. They were tapes. They weren't CDs. They were tapes. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
So I plugged my mic in, like I put an hardcore CD on or something, or I put like an Andy Pendle tape on or something, or MC over it, and then I'd give them to all my mates, and they all say, "Oh, you're really good, like, you know what I mean?" Anyway, a couple of years progressed, like, and it was like 1999, and it was at a friend's, and they were all going to the Zone at the time at Maxime's. There was like loads of them going, like, they used to get coaches and everything.
Well, all from Preston?
Yeah, so I started MCing to my mate, and I gave him this tape line. He went, "Well, you're really good, you know. You're well good enough to get on at Zone. If you did Zone, I think you'd be good enough to get on." Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I did a demo tape with a mate of mine who just come round. He was a jungle DJ. He couldn't mix on, but he could mix, or give him all these Zone tunes, because I was collecting records at the time as well. Zone tunes, I had my first deck and everything.
Yeah.
So I got a pair of decks. He come round, mix all these Zone tunes together. I had MC, and that was my demo tape. I went to Maxime's, and I said to Phil, "How'd you get on MCing?" Because he used to be at the merchandise store.
Right.
So I went with he was going, "Oh, come down to Maxime's, we'll come for a night out." So I ended up going.
A little cubby old bit over in that.
I think for the first night I went to, was one in Burnley. It was at Arena.
Right.
But, like, I didn't want to mither MCs to get on mic or anything like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, went to this night in Maxime's in Wigan at the Zone night, and Phil was on the merchandise store, because he used to sell tapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I said, "How'd you get on, like, MCing?" He went, "Why are you any good?" I said, "Well, people are telling me I am." I said, "I really love this music, you know what I mean, and I love it." He went, "Just send us a demo in." So I used to go in Melody House sometimes. So if I go out for a day out in Blackpool, I'd go in Melody House and buy a couple of Zone tapes. I think he did 2 tapes for £15 or something like that. Or like go in and get a couple of Zone tapes. Next minute, Phil, out of blue, just said to me, "Where's that tape?" Because I thought he forgot about me.
Yes, I remember.
Obviously, you know, like when you're in a club and some people, they forget you, don't they?
Off the nut.
You think they do anyway, but they might not do, you know what I mean? Anyway, he said, "Where's this tape you're going to do for me?" So I've like, "All right." So I was on it then. I got my mate, the Carl P were called Jungle DJ. He did his stereo and everything.
Right, nice.
My mate. And got him to come round, mix these tunes, MC, sent it in. Next minute, I think about a few weeks later, about a month, might have been a month, couple of months later, Phil rang me up. "Do you want to do this night at Arena in Burnley on a Friday night? Zone."
Wow.
Yeah, of course. So we started doing these nights every Friday at Burnley.
So that's where you started in the Arena?
Yeah, at the Arena, yeah. That was my first ever night for Zone.
What was that, 99?
Oh, yeah, about 1999, yeah.
Oh.
So I remember my son was born when I first started MCing.
So how old was you? How old was you then?
I would have been... Yeah, I was 21.
Was you?
Yeah, well, when I first started MCing, because at Zone, yeah, I was 20. I was 20 when I started doing the Arena, and when I first did Maxi, I was 21. Right. Just before, 20 I did it, and then I was 21. So yeah, 2021.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's where it all started at Arena every Friday night. And then it progressed. Do you want to come and work at Maxine's and do the Saturday nights?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing that. And I think I ended up with Wizard on the first night.
Wow.
It's volume 1921, but I don't think I'm that good on it, to be honest with you. But like you say, nerves are all over the place your first night.
Especially stood at the Wizard as well, you know what I mean?
It's a bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
like.
yeah, of
But
course.
yeah, as obviously as it progressed there, I think you got more confident and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can tell on the tapes as I go along, I'm more confident. Same with the DJs as well there.
Yeah.
Like Keith and Sam and Tony. So, yeah.
But it's a big night to go on, you know what I mean?
So that's when I first got on, and then that was it. Then I got regular bookings. I was there every week, nearly.
Was you?
At Max, yeah. I think it was like one night a month I went on. There was an old school night, back to the old school night, end of month. End of every month there was a back to the old school night.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. We used to do Pier on a Friday, then Maxine's on a Saturday every week.
Yeah.
Apart from the old school, we never used to go to the old school events on the was it the last Saturday or whatever?
Yeah, the last Saturday of every month.
And then we never used to go to the old school events, and it's like I always wanted to go to the old school events, but the lads and the girls that I was with, they never went to it. I think it was a bit too rum for them, you know what I mean? I think that's what it was in the it was in the Maxine's, wasn't it?
Honestly, I never had a car there, and I didn't drive or anything like that, so I used to flipping go on bus, go back on trains, ground your lift. I even went back in a nicked car once. That's how mad it. A mate of mine had nicked a car to come and see us.
Oh, mate.
He's turned up, he's going to have nicked this mini metro.
Yeah.
And I've gone, wow. So anyway, I had no way of getting home, so get a lift with him, innit?
Of course.
We ended up getting away with it, like. We weren't me that nicked it anyhow, so not guilty.
Oh, yeah.
So, it all progressed from there, and then we started doing a night at Halifax as well.
Right.
The Zone versus Alive night.
Was that the Tram Shed? Was it the Tram Shed?
Yeah, Tram Shed.
Yeah,
There was really good nights up there. I ended up emceeing up in Yorkshire for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah, because when I left Maxine's at Zone, I went to work with Pete Monsoon.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he put us on his live nights, and he was the one that first gave me a chance DJing.
Right.
Because at the time when I was emceeing at Maxine's, I used to DJ.
Right, yeah.
I used to love it. I used to stand in the DJ box watching Andy Pendle and Keith and all them mix.
Yeah.
That's how I learned. That's how I learned how to mix records.
Well, that's what you said, you was collecting the Zone records.
Like someone,
before,
you go to college and get taught. No, the best way to learn is just watch.
Yeah.
Watch the
Listen.
masters do it, yeah.
Watch
do you know
and
what I mean?
listen, yeah,
and that's what I used to do. It was like, some nights if it was like, not really rammed, and it was like I'd stand at DJ box and not interact with the crowd, but I'd stand and just watch the DJs and MC at the same time. Yeah. But I tell one good DJ that I used to come down, he only played for Zone for about 2 or 3 months. DJ Tatty, have you ever heard of him?
Yeah,
it's absolutely unbelievable, man. Yeah. He used to mix and just not even touch it, not even touch the platter, he'd just do it with his pitch. Yeah. Went back to Carlisle with him a few times and he put some of the tapes on of Ollie McCluskey and that, because that was his influence, that was his idol. You know what I mean? And some of them tapes up there, Carlisle, unbelievable, mate.
Another level up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're well into it up there, aren't they?
They love it up there.
Oh.
I do Madison's in Workington. They'll do a wicked crowd.
Yeah, I used to do a night called Melodies with Jamie C. And
is it one in Workington?
Yeah, it was.
That's where I'm doing it, Madison.
Yeah, it was. What is it? Is it Passions nightclub? It was. It was at Passions. It was a decent venue, and we had some awesome guests on. And I just used to go up and do that on my own, and you know what I mean. It was an honour for me to. They used to want me, and they used to want me on my own doing it up there, and it was brilliant.
They love you up there.
Yeah.
They like you. You know what I mean? But they're a really, really good crowd. But yeah, I started working with Pete Monsoon, and I was like working with him for a long time. Like I used to do the PAs, the Monsoon Dreamworks. Yeah. I used to do the PAs. They used to be there, like host them on and MC over the PA. Like I think we did a few places. We did Wigan Pier.
Yeah. So you've MC'd in the Pier,
yeah? Yeah.
Nice.
But it was a bit of a nightmare when I MC'd there at night. It wasn't coming out of the speakers in the crowd. It was just coming out of the monitors.
Right.
Because Pete's like at the top, innit?
Yeah, of course.
He stands at the top and they've got like big monitor speakers, and it was coming through the monitors, but it wasn't coming through the speakers downstairs. I think they used to come on and do about 2 or 3 tracks. Yeah. I'd introduce them on, do a bit of MCing. They'd have their own vocalist singing. Yeah. It was a proper PA.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did PA, we did All 5-1 in Liverpool. Yeah. We did. Where was the other one now? He did a set with Aldwych and Glennon. So we went for Monsoon Dreamways and Aldwych and Glennon. We did. I'll never forget this place. He's the good bunch as well. Up at North East in New Monkey, it was called.
New Monkey, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did that. It was a mad place, mate.
Yeah.
We got put up in a Marriott hotel for night.
Yeah.
We got paid as well before the gig. He was a really nice guy where he was like this big guy, like bald head. I don't know who he was, but he paid us, put us in this Marriott hotel. And when we got in, I got escorted from DJ box. It was like the DJ box was right high at the top. And he got escorted from the DJ box to the bar by a bouncer.
Yeah.
And escorted back.
So New Monkey was the event. Was it Tall Trees, the venue? Or was it?
No, New Monkey in Sunderland. I don't know what the venue were called.
Was it not Tall Trees?
It might have been. It was right next to a hospital, Sunderland Hospital or something like that.
Right.
It was mad because you had to be 16 to get in, so there was a lot of kids in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, you went to Bear and it were like going to Tuck Shop or something.
Yeah.
At Youth Club or something, you know, they were selling pop and chocolate bars and...
That's random, isn't it?
And brews and coffee and...
I've done a night like that myself, to be fair. Under and over 18s. Like.
Well, it was a mad experience, though, because I've got a couple of mates up in North East that I go up and seeing that. One of them used to MC his own, actually, MC Sweat. Kyle is a good lad, his brother Paul. So I go up and see them, we do like sets, and now he comes down to ours. Good lads. They're nice lads up there.
Yeah.
They did big Italian scene up there, mate.
Right, in the North East?
Yeah, massive. Didn't realise how big it was until I went up.
It's like the Mackinac, innit, up there? Like,
they play a lot of tunes what we like, but they play a few different ones that we've never heard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the Open Workington when they opened my eyes up to they're massive Italian heads.
Yeah, love it. Carlisle, Cumbria, North East, right up to Newcastle, because North East is a big area. You've got like even up Teesside, like Middlesbrough and Wayne, all that, Stockton, it's big up there as well.
Yeah.
My mate's from Peterlee, it's like a tiny little, it's this little town. Nobody's ever heard of it really, but I've not heard of it till I've been. A little town between Sunderland and like Middlesbrough, near Middlesbrough as well, in Dublin.
What's that called?
Peterlee, it's called.
Peterlee.
Yeah. That's where I'm going on Friday because we're doing a stream up there.
Right.
So me and mate going up there for his wife's birthday, like doing like a special live stream things. Or
how old are you now?
Me, 43.
Oh yeah.
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 It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad.
No, but
Don't feel like I've been emceeing for how many years since 1999? So 23 years. It don't feel like that.
Wow.
It was about 10 or something.
Yeah. So you're still emceeing now then? What are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm still emceeing now. Still get booked for big nights. Do it in Zone.
Oh, the
birthday. 2nd of April. Doing Madison's end of March. Doing a night called Innovation in Preston.
Right.
In that Reaver Shaw bar in Preston.
Oh, yeah.
Which is supposed to be quite a decent club. So I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a bit of a good rep, that place, isn't it?
Yeah, doing that. And then there'll probably be a few up and coming ones coming up. Do you know what I mean?
So you DJ as well, or you DJ as well at the events when what you emceeing at?
Not at Madison's, I'm not DJing, but I've been doing some live streams for Madison's DJing. But I'm doing Zone, but they put me under my normal name, me and Gabbott.
Yeah.
Do Fever.
Your alias.
Yeah, my alias. I've always done Fever.
Yeah.
Done DJs for Fever for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. But it's going on now, I don't know, it was a good 10 years.
Yeah.
When Syndicate, that's when I started DJing for Barry.
Yeah, that's when I was emceeing for him, yeah.
Yeah, I started emceeing for him, well...
Level 1 club? Did you do that?
Yeah, well, yeah. When was it now? Yeah, Level 1. Did that, but Syndicate, weren't it, before that?
Yeah. They did the reunions at the Syndicate, didn't they?
Yeah.
Then they got the Level 1 club, which was kind of like...
Well, anyway, I started working for Pete, so I did that for a few years, and then I was doing like different clubs. There's one called Platinum in Halifax.
Yeah.
So, because I'm quite well known up there, it's mad up there. There's a big scene up there, mate.
Still
in the West Yorkshire area. Yeah, because don't forget, you've got all these little towns. And then little villages as well.
Yeah, there's a up there, yeah.
And then, so it's like, there's a night in Halifax, you'll get people from Brighouse going, or like Elland, or all these little places around these little towns and logo there.
That's the only night they've got that.
Yeah, Tramshed were big. But then after that, started doing a few clubs, Platinum, they started doing the bounce stuff, which wasn't really for me. No disrespect.
No, yeah.
I love me Italian and old school, and we all got drifted into the bounce scene for some reason.
That's because that's the way. That's
Everybody
why
was doing
times.
it, yeah.
That's why it just progressed. Didn't
Everybody,
it?
Andy Pendle, Keith Capstick, Sam White, it was all playing bounce. I was emceeing to bounce. It was just the way it was at the time. But for me, my art wasn't in it. I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I did a big night called Bounce by the House. Do you remember that first Bounce by the House?
Yeah.
That one that went viral.
What a
I
night.
did that.
Yeah, wow.
Because one of the promoters was my cousin.
Who was that?
Yeah, Andrew. I forgot his second name.
Good cousin then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's like a second cousin sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not, you know what I mean? I don't really, he's like,
Distant family.
not known him all my life sort of thing.
Yeah.
Andrew Lawrence, that was it.
Right.
There was about 4 lads that promoted that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it worked for me.
But that hit it off though, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked for me. That was how long ago was that? I can't remember. I'm not really that. I wasn't really a fan of that night, to be honest with you. It was a big night though.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't for me. It's not the bounce. Anyway, we all started playing bounce, and I really couldn't get into it. And I even started co-promoting a bounce night with a lad called Jamie. He let me in on his night for a few years. Recreation it was called. So we did a couple of nights there. Did a few nights with him. But it worked for me. The bounce scene just wasn't for me, mate. I don't know. I just love Italian. And if you're passionate about something, and if you're not passionate about something, you're right, it's not in it. You don't get that passion in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But
it's what we're doing in the music industry. We try and go with the trends. Do you know what I mean? We've got to make money in some way. So you kind of just go with it and go what the people want at the end of the day. You know, and it's like right, the trend's this at the moment. You know, like
Italian had died down then. Nobody was really doing Italian nights.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember doing a night up in Carlisle once, and it was like, they'd have a guest DJ like Chris Baker, Andy Pendle playing an Italian set, but then it'd just be bounce then.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have one like Jaggy Thistle, do you remember Jaggy? I drove. I went to look at that about 2 years ago. How long was it? About 3-4 years ago, and it weren't there.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he knocked it down. It's a little car park now.
They're all car parks now.
Syndicate. Well, I thought I would lose it plot when I drove past that once.
Oh, that's crazy.
I thought, where's it gone?
Yeah.
I remember because I took my mum away to an hotel in Lytham, and was stopping there. And I went out to get something to eat. Went to that Popeyes. You know, what used to be across the Syndicate. Where's it gone? And I asked this woman, she got security when I went back to the hotel. I said, what's happened to the Syndicate? She said, it's been knocked down. I thought I would lose it plot.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh, look at Pier as well. That's a car park as well.
I know. Well, I don't know why.
We just need to rave on these car parks, don't we? That's what we need to do. Take it back to the early 90s, just have a car park rave.
Yeah, Jaggy Thistle, that was one that we did. But the bounce scene just worked for me.
Then Lineker's, that's when I first met you.
Lineker's, yeah.
That's when I met
we did loads, Lineker's, Club DNA. There were loads, weren't there? So then I had a bit of a rest then, you know what I mean? And then I didn't really do anything for about a year or so. Yeah. So then I started promoting my own night with my mate called Danny Newbold. He's a good DJ, brilliant DJ. Yeah. Good scratcher, brilliant scratcher. So I know because I've seen the sweat he's put in them hours to do scratch like that. He's mad. But anyway, we started doing a night called Happy Days in Bolton at Fluid. Remember Fluid?
Yeah.
So we used to do the bounce nights there as well. Anyway, we approached Sonny, who was the manager at the time. I said, do you want to do this Happy Days night? I said, we're going to bring back a big old DJ that's not played for a long, long time.
I remember this. I remember it. Yeah.
It was Matt Bell. Yeah. So we brought him back sort of out of retirement because he'd not played for ages. Yeah. So we decided to do this Happy Days night. We decided to our lineup was Chris Baker, Matt Bell for the first one. We wanted Chris Baker and Matt Bell on because they were black.
Bad boys.
My favourite old school DJ of all time, and my favourite synth DJ of all time.
Legends.
Same with Danny as well. Yeah. He was his favourite. So that was who we decided to have on, and I decided to put myself on DJing as well, get myself name a bit, because a lot of promoters won't touch it because I was an MC, you see.
Yeah.
They won't have me on DJ. You're not a DJ, you're an MC.
Yeah.
I can do it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
That's how you've been established, so they look at you like they look down on you in a little way.
So I never got a lot. It was like every credit to Pete Monsoon for giving me a chance. You know what I mean? My first chance. But yeah, so we started doing this night. We had to set up a meeting with Matt because Danny's was lodging with a mate. They were like sharing a house. And his mate at the time, his mate's brother was really good mates with Matt Bell. And he was going to a wedding in down south or something. So he asked him about it. Matt said, yeah, I'm up for it. So we set up a meeting with Matt. And I met Matt once, I think, in Maxine's where he did a mad reunion night years back. I think it was Flashback All Night, it was called at Maxine's. So we've gone to meet Matt, and me and Matt have just hit it off straight away because I've got all his tunes. My old school collection is based on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, right, I've got this, Matt, I've got Soul Masters, we've got Energy, I've got this, I've got that. He's going, no way, he's playing. Have you got this? I've got, yeah, I've got that. And we started chatting and we just clicked.
Yeah.
I said, can you come round to mine? I said, because you don't need to bring any tunes. He sold all his collection, Matt, then. Do you know what I mean? So I said, you don't need any tunes, just come round to mine, pick what you want, and they're there for you to play.
Yeah, come down the night.
Yeah, and I said, can you come round and do it like a CD? So like a demo CD to give out on the first night.
Yeah.
Oh, he did a brilliant CD. I was like that, me. I'm sat on my fucking bed going, wow, Matt Bell's in my fucking bedroom.
Do you know what? I think you've told me about this years ago.
Anyway, we did the first Happy Days night, and it was a massive success. It was big because everyone were buzzing that Matt not played for years.
Yeah.
He'd not played for a long time, and he was a massive DJ.
Yeah,
he was like he's the original Zone DJ, and he really one of them. He was the third when it first started.
Yeah.
So it was a good night, and then we've ended up doing a few of the nights there. But as the nights went on, the crowds were going down a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second night we had Andy Pendle on. That was an alright night.
How often did you do him?
We did him every month. I think that's what it were.
Yeah, it dilutes it, doesn't it? Every month.
Yeah.
It's just it's one of them. Yeah.
That's what they wanted at the club and that, and we thought it might work, it might not. It was in winter as well. Our first one was in September. Yeah. So obviously second one October, third one November, and we did one in December, which was just a disaster. Yeah. Then we just decided not to do any more nights, and we just did the odd one in Preston, and it were all right. We had some good nights. We did the first birthday at Ignition in Preston. That was a cracking night.
Where was Ignition?
Do you know?
Oh, Ignition.
It used to be called the Shack across from the mill in Preston. Zone did a night there. There's a tape called Zone at the Shack in Preston.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's a good tape as well for Stu Davies. Yeah, there. It was called Ignition. That was a good night. And we've had a few good nights, but the main thing, we got Matt Bell back. And now he's DJing. He's DJing everywhere. He's doing the retro nights with Paul Taylor now and everything.
Just seen it the other day. I was like,
I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for Matt. And it's just glad we got him back in scene.
Yeah.
Because that's what the scene needed, really.
I think everyone goes through that stage, though, don't they? You kind of like lose that kind of don't lose the love in it, but you just lose the kind of, you know what I mean? It becomes a chore, doesn't it? It becomes like a job. Do you know what I mean? It does. Like at first, you're loving it, and it's like, yes, this is brilliant. Loving the attention, the girls, the fucking like all your mates, and you know what I mean. Everyone's going out every weekend, and you've got such a good clique, and then it kind of just becomes a chore a little bit. You lose the momentum in it in a way, but when it's just week in, week out.
I couldn't do it every week now, to be honest with you.
I mean, I don't think you can if the money's right or whatever, but then it's a job again. Like you say, you lose the love. You lose the love in it. It becomes a job, and it's.
But you want time. You want weekends to spend with your family and kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Do things with your family and kids and stuff like that. It's like me and girlfriend. I've got 3 bookings in 3 weeks coming up.
Yeah.
I've got Madison, Zone, and Innovation in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So like, I've arranged to go away with girlfriends off the weekend before.
Yeah.
Because to get a bit of time.
Yeah.
Because with kids and that, it's hard work, isn't it?
No,
Family life's hard work, so you need a bit of time away.
Of course.
Just to refresh, do you know what I mean? Recharge, because these gigs are going to be killers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do take it out of you when you get a bit older.
Yeah,
and I'm a very energetic person on stage. I like to interact a lot with crowds. So
knackers you out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You know, we're older.
Music does tire you, doesn't it? It's music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it makes your brain go 10 to a dozen.
Well, that's like, mine's like that all the time, because I have ADHD. And,
my nephew's got that.
You know, it's like,
mine's about your age as well.
Mine's just constant ticking. Yeah. And it's like, I think of a million things at once. You can imagine it like, you look at it as, say, like, you see the stock exchange, and like the stocks in America and all these numbers, flying numbers, you know what I mean? It's just like, Like they say on Wolf of Wall Street, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, you've got to knock one out 5 times a day, mate. You know, I do about 10 times a day, you know what I mean? But it's like, because of that fact though, it's right, he's right, because it's like, when mine's going that frantic all the time, and it's like, it's like high frequencies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my medication is like, that's a stimulant itself, because that's amphetamine based, you know what I mean? It's Ritalin, which is based pure amphetamine. So they put Ritalin in you, which stimulates your brain, produces dopamine, and that just calms me down. But the music kind of, it makes me go hyper. Oh yeah, you go hyper off it, but it calms me down at the same time. Because it releases that dopamine in my brain, you know what I mean? And it kind of, I don't know, it's mad, it's a mad situation. So music's kind of like my remedy, and do you know what I mean? It's
definitely, mate. Like I say, there was a point in me, well, not how long ago, it was about 2000, and I can't remember the year exactly because I'm rubbish with dates. But I lost my dad, and then I lost my brother like a couple of years after, and then another year later I lost my sister. And the best thing to do is get into music. It's the best thing to do.
It clears your mind.
Doing a lot of gigs at that time as well. So
how was that for you? Like going to gigs and having that kind of like
release.
Was it
a release? Yeah.
So you wanted to go to the
let
gigs.
it go, let that anger out on the mic.
Right.
Let it out on the mic, innit?
Yeah.
Because you know when you like that, and then you come on.
Yeah.
You know when you punching your hand the air.
Yeah.
Like that, but 10. You know what I mean?
It's stress relief, innit?
Yeah.
I do it every night. Like, well, come home and just bang an hour on the decks, whatever. Just pure our techno, like 140 BPM, you know, 145 BPM, just killing it out. But that's my stress relief in a way. You know, it's because I've like I say, it's hard, but that must have been difficult for you with like losing your family, close relatives like that. You know, especially
my dad, that if anybody had said anything to me, I'd rip their head off. You know what I mean?
Just very little thing. To your dad, then?
Yeah, it's just, I've never lost anybody before I lost my dad. Anybody close.
Yeah.
Then I've never lost anybody, so I never knew what it felt like.
How old was you then, Ian?
Oh, bloody hell. It was like 2009 or something like that. I don't, do you know what? Like I say, I can't remember what year it was. I'm rubbish with dates and years. I always have been.
I'm the same. Names, everything.
I remember it was time when it was not long after Happy Days, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after Happy Days...
So that was at the peak of your career then, really, in a way?
Yeah, Happy Days, it sort of relaunched me again.
Yeah?
Yeah, I started getting booked a lot.
Yeah.
I was doing big nights as well, doing good times in Yorkshire, doing Revived in Barrow, I got back on at Zone again, do you know what I mean?
So that was like the peak,
yeah, because I'd not worked for Zone for a bit, and then I started doing the Fever nights at Syndicate.
Right.
They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Me and Danny Newbold, what they used to do at Syndicate is you used to work at Syndicate with us, didn't you? On Fever nights.
Yeah.
If you remember the pre-parties.
Yeah.
In the like, the pre-parties were packed, weren't they? There were like 300 people at the pre-party alone.
What was it called, that bit of the Syndicate? I forgot.
I don't know, you walk up some stairs, you got the main bit, and then there's like a room that holds about 400, doesn't it? 350. Well, Barry asked me and Danny, because he wanted to play Old School at the pre-party. Yeah. It was on 8 till 10, I think, pre-party, and it was packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
That was a better...
So, he wanted a night to host a pre-party. You know, like a night. Not DJs, a night. So, it was 2 hours. So, me and Danny, he asked me and Danny to do it as a Happy Days pre-party. Oh, it was brilliant, man. Unbelievable. It was packed out in there. And then we all jumped upstairs, and then that was it. And we were all emceeing on little podiums. Yeah, it was good.
Good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
That was when it was... I don't know whether... Was there emceeing before that at the Syndicate? I don't know whether... Did they do any other events? I don't know whether Farrell did a sanctuary there before that.
I think they did. There was some hardcore nights there as well. HTID, was it? They used to do them.
It was, it's brilliant though, wasn't it? It was
they were quality nights.
You're on the mic there on this podium in Syndicate and you're thinking, this is the one. This is the one. Like,
yeah. That's when I was full out working with Barry then, and working a lot with Barry, because he used to, like... I take all my tunes for Barry because he's not got any records again. So I say, Barry, what you want? I just bring a box of tunes in. There you go, Baz, there's your set. You know what I mean? You have to put them on the deck for him. You know what I mean? Right, what's it? Because he put the mix on and put a funky mix on or something. He did it once.
B-side.
Yeah, he put the B-side on at the club. They were like this fucking crappy mix of a tune, like, no, it's that one.
Brilliant.
Syndicate nights. Then we started doing level 1 nights, you remember?
Yeah.
Well, that's when Barry got me on DJing. That's when I started full on DJing for Barry.
Yeah.
We did the pre-party, we smashed it. So then he'd like stick us on warm-up in the main room sometimes as well. Do you know
How was that, DJing at Syndicate? Yeah,
it was good.
In the main room, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I'd flop at me, I'd fucking shit myself doing that.
We were very nervous.
Yeah.
The decks were a bit laid out weird as well, but yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
So then it progressed then, and then started doing some big nights. And then, obviously, the scene died down a bit. I noticed you're only getting booked like three times a year for a max.
Yeah.
There was not many nights happening.
Smoking, I think it was a smoking ban. Killed everything.
Yeah, I think it were.
It killed everything, mate. It was a smoking ban killed everything because everyone was having to stand outside. I remember all the pubs started closing down.
Yeah.
We had the recession.
Yeah.
That was 2000. It was about 2006, was it? Something like that. It was 2008, and then that killed everything.
Yeah,
smoking ban, and it was just like
killed everything. I was getting booked like 2-3 times a month, and then it all died down. Zone wasn't really doing many nights. Fever wasn't really doing nights. If they did do a night, they'd be lucky if they did one a year or something.
Yeah.
So I remember
everyone struggled. Yeah.
Years ago, we were doing live streams at Studio 3 in Blackpool.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Where's Studio 3?
Studio 3 it was called. We were like down at Giddle in Blackpool.
Whereabouts in Blackpool?
And it was like backed onto some back at hotel, these like hotels. Palatine Street.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
Like a mad like back Giddle.
Yeah.
And it was like a studio. We used to do like live streams there.
Right.
And that's when Zone were like really one of the first people like start doing their lives.
Yeah.
Because we used to do live streams a day. So we always used to go in there, have a bit of a party, a get together. There'd be loads of us. There'd be about 20, 30 of us.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Me, Jimmy, some Keith Capstick, a few DJs there. And I got on a set then.
Right.
Got a set at this Studio
DJing.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because Zone, I'd never DJ'd for Zone before.
Right, okay.
Well, I did this set and Debbie loved it.
Right.
She was like, she loved it. So that's how I got on DJing at Zone.
Wow.
So I've been MCing for him for years. So I think, well, correct me if I'm right, but I think I'm the first MC to ever DJ at Zone.
Wow,
I
that
think
is a
so.
statement.
So
Yeah.
that's quite an achievement.
Yeah, that is,
Definitely.
mate. Yeah,
Even
cool.
though it's under a different name,
Yeah, the alias.
I've still done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so started doing these live streams that Debbie were putting on at Studio 3.
Yeah.
DJ'd there, she loved it. Then she put us on the next night at Buzz.
Yeah.
Great set.
Yeah.
Phil rang me up the next day, said, Debbie said you played the best set at night. That's what Phil told me anyway. I don't know if that's true, Debs, but that's what Phil told me. So that's how I got on DJing for Zone.
Right.
So, because we used to do these lives at Studio 3, did quite a few of them. They
you?
were good, they were like it was an excuse to have a party, weren't it?
So are they recorded? Where's the recordings of them? Because I've never seen them.
They were on, but I think they just disappeared now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to put them on like a video, innit? So they'd record it live, and then you'd have to go on the group on Facebook and they stick the videos up.
Was it Facebook then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I? I was probably in Portugal or somewhere random around the world.
I think it was about 2008-ish or something like that. They were doing these because they wasn't really doing many nights. Nobody was doing any nights. There was like everybody hibernating for a bit.
Yeah.
So we just do these private parties in Studio 3, put stream on. So everyone would watch it and buzz off it, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was good. That's how we got on DJing at Zone. Yeah, obviously after that, it was like very slim. We're lucky if we get 1-2 bookings a year.
Yeah.
Like I said, there weren't many nights to be booked fair that I would do. Because I wanted him to see on certain nights. Like I said, didn't like the bounce. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Italian MC, that's what I am. An Italian MC, and I can do the old school hosting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm a proper Italian MC.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm known as. COVID it, didn't it? Everything's changed since then. Everything's gone boom. It's gone massive.
Sorry, mate. Go on, coffee's so much. Just make a drink.
Get a drink, mate.
You just said COVID then.
You just got something in the back of your throat, mate.
Get rid of that. Do you want a drink? Do you want filling up?
No, I'm alright with this, mate.
2 seconds, mate. Sorry.
No worries, pal.
Do you not drink at all then?
No, never have done, mate.
Have you not?
Yeah, but it passed like when I was younger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never. Don't agree. I stopped taking drugs when I started MCing at Maxine's.
Did you?
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. Couldn't get my head together and do it. I remember once sledging in a corner at fucking top of the stairs at Maxine's, everyone's nudging me going, "Are you going up, Mike?"
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, fucking not for me, this."
MEs were no good for it.
So I tried doing it straight headed, and you don't need it, mate. You buzz off the crowd, that's your drug. You drug your crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I always used to be a little bit of Billy and a couple of bottles of wine.
Everyone used to say, "Are you straight headed?" And they don't believe me. I go, "Yeah." Because I've not had nothing, mate.
All of them do it now, like all the...
It's adrenaline.
Yeah, it's adrenaline.
It's adrenaline. When your eyes are popping out like that, and you look like you're off it, but you're not. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline.
Of course it is,
They
yeah.
slated Robbie Williams once on X Factor when he went on and he thought he was on drugs, but it was just... I think Robbie Williams had not done anything for a couple of years. He went on a bit of I think, rehab or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. He did an album, didn't he? It went very good. And he come back on X Factor and they thought they were slating him at paper saying off his head, but it was just adrenaline. He probably... That adrenalised up from not performing for years. That's what it's like. You get a buzz off the crowd. That's my drug.
Yeah.
That's my drug. I didn't need them. That was my drug, the crowd.
Of course.
You interact with them and they buzz off you and you're...
That's your ecstasy.
But there's nothing worse than going to a club and there's about 5 people on the dance floor. I feel like putting my head in the corner and emceeing like that with me head down.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's a horrible feeling.
But you've got to do it for the CDs, haven't you? That's how it used to be. Like, it's like, you need to go on. And it's like, I can't MC to nobody. Like, you've got to do it for the CDs, and you're thinking, fucking hell. But you can't get that buzz, you can't get that momentum going, can you?
I can't get it, mate. I did a charity night once in Manchester with Danny and he wanted me to MC. There was about one person in the club.
Yeah.
I said, "I'm sorry, mate. I know it's for charity." And I said, "But I can't really. I'm going to have to go home." I said, "I can't MC because there's nobody in.
Yeah, that's
there's
what
nobody
you're
in
there
for me to MC to. Do you know what I mean? And you're not recording the night or anything like that." So he understood, like, and he was like, "Fair dues, mate."
What was that then?
Oh, I can't remember now. It was some charity night.
What venue?
Do you know what? I can't remember. It was like down a mad back. It's like weird Manchester, isn't it? Like mad little back streets. You get buses going down little tiny back streets a lot, don't you? They were like a little back street somewhere. It's like a maze when you get into Manchester, I think.
Yeah.
It is. It's full of little tiny streets, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was
like Amsterdam.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like Amsterdam.
Yeah,
it is. Because I've been there a few times. It is the same. There's very, very narrow streets, like buses going down little narrow streets, double decker big buses and stuff.
What's your? Are you into any other genres then? What?
I like old school.
Yeah.
I love old school. I love Italian. Like happy hardcore, the old happy hardcore, the classic happy hardcore. Yeah. Because obviously a lot
Toy Town and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of that were playing at FIFA, weren't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you used to mix it up with Italian and cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like this stuff. I play a bit of guitar as well.
Do you?
Not great on it, like, but
acoustic or
acoustic and electric, mate. Yeah, I like bands like Pink Floyd and Beatles and stuff like that. All your original bands and stuff.
How long a teeny?
No, not really into him. He's a Scottish guy, isn't he?
Yeah, well, Scottish.
Yeah. He's quite good though.
He's awesome, mate.
He's quite good. I know what you mean. He had a few. I remember a few of his songs back in the day when I was a taxi driver for a few years. He used to radio on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then COVID hit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And everything changed when COVID hit.
Yeah.
It went mad. It was like
for nothing.
And like, I'm not very good technically. Me, I'm not very good at setting decks up. I'm a bit of what I call a technophobia. It's like
everyone says that. Everyone says that's what's born before like 1980.
And everyone were doing these live streams. They were massive, you know, like lockdown and that. And they were smashing them.
Yeah.
And I've got, like I was telling you before when I first come in, but it weren't on this. I've got thousands of records, mate. Thousands. I've got a really unbelievable collection of Italian. Old school Italian, and I've got about a good pile of hardcore as well. But the Italian collection is unbelievable. I've got like loads. I used to buy and sell them years ago, and I got collections and with with tunes in. I didn't really pay big money for them either. But I mean,
did you not feel bad like taking them off DJs that were like?
No, they were selling them, weren't they?
Not into it anymore. It's like, and you
They were
thinking,
just selling them. Did you know they weren't even DJs that I bought the collections off? They were just normal lads that I bought the collections when they were going to the venue and stuff back in the day.
Right.
And the dance factory, it must have been back. Because the records were mint that I bought, like, you know, like, they had I've still got the records with the $6.99 stickers on from Melody House. And they're like £200 on Discogs.
Wow.
You still got the stickers on the $6.99. Because I think they were $6.99 for an import, if I recall right back in there. But I never bought the records back in there, but I know people that did, and it was, Phil used to tell me it was $6.99 for an import, $5.99 if it were a British tune.
Yeah.
I think it was an extra couple of quid or a quid more if it was an Italian tune.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
Now it's crazy money for him, yeah?
Yeah, so everyone started doing these live streams, and I was like, it was getting me a bit down, because I wanted to do something. I've got thousands of tunes I only need playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can mix, I can do it, I've done it in clubs.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I contacted a mate of mine, because I'm not good at technical stuff, how you live stream, I ain't got a clue. Right. So I contacted a good friend of mine who would do a lot of work with now, Fred, DJ Forza. He's so contacted him, and he knew all the stuff. So we bought this like Evermix thing that you plug into your mixer. Yeah, he come down, did it all, set it all up, because I wouldn't have a clue. And then the rest, I just thinking. Well, I was at the time I was good friends with Andy Kane, MC Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were good friends when we used to MC at Fever anyway, but we used to go parties and that together. But I met him again when they started doing the Fever live streams and the Zone live streams at Studio Works, Dave Bamber's place. Yeah. They did a few of them. So I met Andy Kane again, not seen him for like 3 years or something. So got close with him and that, you know, going round and having a, you know what, a smoke and that. And I decided, I thought, why don't we, because everyone were doing live streams, DJing, so I thought, why don't we do a live stream with a DJ and an MC from back in the day? Right. So I decided to do this Smoking Cane thing.
I've not seen this. Why have I not seen it?
I'll send you some videos. They're quite good, you know. Yeah. You know what, Kay? I love his lyrics. He's catchy. I like his voice as well, Andy. You know what I mean? He's cool, man. He was an MC. He was an MC that I brought up listening to.
Same, mate. Yeah.
I brought up listening to him, Irie, and all them, and Breeze, and that.
That's what influenced me, like, as an MC. You know what I mean?
Same here. So I thought we'll do this Smoking Cane thing. And
Smoking Cane.
Yeah, Smoking Cane.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, he just has a rhyme to it, doesn't it? We even made my mate Fred, we even made our own logo. It looks like a Volkswagen sign, and it says S, like with a K tucked in. Yeah. And it looks like, you know, the Volt VW sign.
Yeah, of course.
It's cool as hell. So we started doing these live streams, and
Smoke Cane, that's what I should have called it. Smoke Cane.
Yeah. We started doing these lives. I'll send him your Messenger and that anyway on video. You have to watch them back. We've done quite a few. So we started doing these. So we loved it, man. We used to just power around to mine. He'd jump on mine, get Fred setting it all up. I'd jump up there. So we do 2 hours. And then I think we had a couple of dead guests on, like Danny and that as well. Yeah. And then that's what live stream. Then I started getting booked for Madison's doing a live stream. And that's when he booked us. I used to do Madison's anyway quite a few years ago. Yeah. So I started getting booked for Madison's again, and a resident now with Breeze. Yeah. Me and Breeze are residents there. So I've been doing a few streams for Madison's, and we've been doing some at Barry's house. I'll tell you some stories about them.
Go on, tell us.
Okay, he's mad Baz. He gets off his head, doesn't he? On vodka and beer. I love him. He's ace, man. He's ace. You know what Barry's like?
Yeah, fucking right.
He has a few bodies down his neck,
The cigars come out, that's it.
Okay, yeah, we've had a few parties. It is on live streams and that.
Yeah. See, do you not think it's brought people together more? The COVID, in a sense?
It has.
Because there was no, like, in a way, there's no, like, money involved. There's no, like, kind of drama. There's no politics. There's no bullshit behind it. It's just real people getting together for the love of the music. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I've never ever done it for money, me. I used to get paid £10 at Maxie's, me, when I used to MC at Zone.
Okay.
£10, mate. They won't even get me return booking bus back there to Wigan, that.
They must have had big windows,
but that was passion, mate. I wanted to do it, but it was paid off, though, because at the time when I was doing Maxime's and Zone, there was recording the tapes every week, and them tapes used to go out everywhere, mate. Yeah. They'd go to Carlisle, Halifax, up into Warrington, Stoke, as far as Stoke and that.
Yes, that's what's getting you the extra, getting you the other bookings.
That was what we're getting bookings. I was getting people ringing me up. Can you do this? Can you do that? It got to the point where I had to have a calendar on my wall and I put all my dates on.
Yeah.
I get a double weekend a day with killers.
Oh mate,
we did one. I did one in where did I do now? I can't remember the club I did on the Friday, but we did this crappy little club in Manchester. It looked like a taxi rank. One of them tiny little crappy taxi ranks or something.
What was that?
Oh, what's it called now?
Oh, where was it?
Oh, it was like, we're in Manchester city centre anyway. We're like going out on the outskirts. I can't remember what it was called. Keith Capstick did it with us. And we ended up, and Mike Davis, remember Mike Davis?
Yeah, fucking yeah.
And we ended up going to Mike Davis's after with a big hardcore DJ actually, called Jay Prescott.
Right,
DJ. He was there at this house. So anyway, we set off from Ashton. It was in Ashton-under-Lyne where we went to after. We set off. I was dropping Keith off to Kendal in my car. I'd not long passed my test. I think I had my car passed my test about a year.
What car was it?
Was it a 306? Silver 306 Peugeot, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go on anyway, yeah, sorry.
Driving, couldn't take him home, mate. I had to drop him off at the service station.
Well,
I said, Keith, I can't take
Shannon
him home.
Richard?
Yeah, because I couldn't open my eyes. I would have killed him. I would have killed me and Keith. And I said...
Bad back in the day, wasn't it?
And he weren't like... he was alright about it, but he was like, oh, right, what am I going to do now? I'm going to have to ring my dad. I said, Keith, I can't take you home. It's too risky. It's like I'll end up killing us.
Yeah, it's not that you're going to get pulled because back
it was bad enough getting back to Preston from Lancaster and having to drive to Kendal and all the way back to Preston. I was like that on A roads. So I thought I'd drive on A roads back to mine, that A6 or like that. Oh wow! As soon as I got in my bed, that was a double weekend, mate.
Is that because you didn't? Is that because you didn't get off your nuts or what?
Yeah, I didn't get off my head, and I was just staying up all night. You know what I mean? On a Saturday night, I was like still up at Mike Davis's house at 6, 7 in the morning.
Straight.
Yeah.
Oh,
having a smoke.
Oh wow! Yeah, no wonder.
So and Ashton-under-Lyne, it's quite a trek away, mate. Yeah. It's like right at the end of Manchester.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you've got to walk this fucking motorway, that motorway to get home. I'm 60, and it was a nightmare. I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I know the club we did on Friday night was Platinum in Halifax.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that's a bit of a trek.
So I've done some driving as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think in our nephew I was asleep on the Saturday.
Oh, we used to go straight through No Brew and just like I used to drive everywhere. That's probably because I've been done twice for drink driving. Do you know what I mean? But I know. Yeah, both times I was at Club 111 as well.
No
I'd
way.
I got done outside Club 111 at the car park at the back. But I was straight. I was sober. Obviously, I had a bit of Billy as well. I think you know what I mean, or whatever. But I'd had a few beers, and then I was just over the limit. Then the second time was about 4 years later. And I got done again, and I'd been to 111 again, but I got done in Bolton this time.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? And it was like, but I used to drive everywhere. I used to drive to Crick every weekend, you know.
Cricket, I didn't like it though. I never liked it. Because they used to fucking not let you out for a fag.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? What are you doing not letting me out for a fag? I want to go out for a fag, mate. I want a smoking ban. You know what smoking ban?
Yeah.
I went to cricket once and no, that was it. It weren't nothing to do with having a fag. They wouldn't let me out to my car.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, what are you doing? You can't lock me club.
Yeah, they used to lock everyone.
I work it. I'm emceeing you. You can't let... I want to get to my car. I want to go out for a biff, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To chill out. Can't smoke them at club, can you? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I'd have one at care.
As you do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was it. Once you was in that place. Because I remember being in there, right, and it was... the front doors got petrol bombed.
It was on the middle of a council estate, weren't it?
Yeah, it was mental, mate. It was Worsley Mains. It was crazy. What a club that was! But it was just that's what I liked about it, though. It was so raw. Do you know what I mean? It was stripped back. It was raw. Everyone in there was just there for the love of the music. It was just like
there were some good nights there. The nights that I went to weren't very good though. No, because they weren't really any established nights and that I went to. It was like I think it was just like.
Do you know
that was one of the first places I'd ever emceed that, you know?
When?
Yeah, because before I started before we got at Maxime's, a mate of mine, Sean, his ex-brother-in-law, were going to Ballers and he was mates with Breeze.
Right.
And Breeze at the time was knocking about with DJ Absolute.
Right.
We were like really close, them two. There was always like, and we seen him at Preston Fair. There was a fair one in Preston about 96 or something like that. '97, and I seen him. We were chatting with him and that, and to come down to cricketer. So I ended up getting on mic with Breeze. You know what Breeze is like? If you're shit, he won't let you on. So I ended up going, he let me on. I ended up MCing with him at night. Do you know
that's what it's good for, Breezy. He
does give people a chance. Like,
yeah, that's it. I think everyone starts in the crick.
Yeah,
I think everyone.
We're one of them things like, all right, can you let me up, Mike? Like it was sort of arranged before. Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first time. But I think that was the first time MC'd at a club. That in the Dance Factory on a Thursday night.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday night. I think that was about 96.
Right.
No, 97 that way.
Wow.
Because obviously 99, that's when I proper started MCing, and that at Maxime's, that's when I went new. These nights before, a couple of nights, they were just jumping on nights.
So when was the Dance Factory? What years were them?
Dance Factory was 95, 96. I never MC. I just used to go to the Dance Factory.
Right. Oh,
never
yeah.
MC the Dance Factory.
That's where you got your influence from. And
yeah, that's where I was influenced from. That was my first rave.
Right, yeah. You said, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you got knocked back for Dance Factory, because sometimes I weren't 18 like I told you, I was 17 when I was going to these clubs.
Yeah.
And I think the second time I was gutty as well, because the first time was a great night, and then I went the second time and they knocked me back, didn't they? But luckily, Barristers was open, and they used to do happy hardcore nights there, and they used to have like a big special guest like happy hardcore DJ every week. They'd have Stu Allen on one week, Vinyl Groove the next week, Slip Matt, blah blah blah, Dougal. So I went Barristers. It was best next thing. I think it was a fever night, you know.
Yeah.
I'm positive it was a fever night.
So did they both go from Blackpool not against each other, but kind of like, you know, working like in two different clubs, and then they went. Ricky was saying, and then they went to Preston. He went to
Barristers. That was a night because it was a Barristers night. It was a fever night I went to as well, because I remember because MC Kane was MCing, and I met one of my mates who's not with us now, Danny's brother Les.
Right.
And he was MC to me, he knew every lyric Kane were doing.
Right,
and he was a good MC. It was Danny's brother, Les, who taught me how to MC.
Wow.
Well, taught me the basics of it anyway.
Yeah.
But when I started MCing, I thought you've got to create your own style.
Yeah.
There's no point sounding like someone else.
Yeah.
There's so many MCs that sound like their MCs.
I think I sound like all of them. I think everyone's influenced, but you definitely had your own. You definitely had your own style. That's why, 100%. And
I had to do it like that because there's no point.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to have my own style, and that's how you get noticed.
You was a crowd pleaser, mate. That's what it was. It wasn't about. You wasn't about the lyrics and then like the rhyming, like, you know what I mean. Yeah. Wizard was another level. He was always about that.
I can rhyme. I can do rhymes. I'm a bit of a strange MC. I can MC slow and MC fast.
Yeah.
And I can say things slow and say things fast. You know what I mean? Like with the happy hardcore, if you me MC to happy hardcore, I can change my voice to the tempo of the music.
Yeah.
I think there's a tape, a Halifax tape, where Keith Capstick, one of the decks wasn't working proper. And I think he pressed one of the 45 or 33 RPM.
Yeah.
Or I pressed it while Keith were on decks. I think it would make me wonder, and it slowed the tune down. And I MC'd with the tune. It was weird.
We've got to the
change the tempo to the music and that. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, I like to be clear, and that's why when MC with a lot of MCs, like, they'll give me the mic. It's like, wow, I'm proper loud on this. It's because different style of voices. I'm very, very loud.
Yeah.
Flipping echo could flipping bring a roof down, shouting me. You've had that mic on full blast.
Well, yeah, you're very like not abrupt, I wouldn't say, but it's like you're very direct. Do you know what I mean? It's direct.
I like
it's
to
like
get
bang,
involved with the crowd as well. Yeah. Like to their ears to pop up when I MC.
That's what it's about.
I think it's complementing the music MCing. I don't like MCing over the lyrics of the tunes. That's why I know the tunes that well with the Italian tunes. I know them very well.
Yeah.
There's not many. I know when to come in, when to come out. You know what I mean? You learn that as well as you come along.
It's hard when you're under the influence. I think that's the worst thing for me. Like when I can tell when I look back on a CD, or when I listen back on a CD, should I say, or recording. And I think, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, brilliant. And then I listen to others, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, Paul, you're off your tits there, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why are you MCing over these vocals? And it cringes me out, and I'm like, oh no. And I turn it off, me, and I'll fast forward it quick, and it's like, no, shut up. And I hate it, and because you know you're doing so wrong, but you know you was either peaking off your drugs or you was pissed out your head, or both. You know what I mean? You're thinking you're that much loving life at that minute in time because of you're under the influence.
Yeah.
You kind of like lose touch of what your job was actually there for in the first place, and it's not emceeing over the fucking lyrics. You know what I mean? And I cringe at myself a lot for that. You know what I mean?
It's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Just like to be. I am a crowd pleaser. I like to get involved with the crowd. I'm always put my arms in the air. And come on, like.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I wouldn't say get directly the dance floor with them, but I like to stand on a stage. I like to be above a crowd. I can't be on the same. When I'm on the same level as them, I feel like it's just weird. He's performing, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you had a band performing on the same level as the crowd, it wouldn't feel right.
See, I'm the opposite. I like mixing in with them.
Yeah, that's what brings me.
You kind of get the feel for it. I kind of get like in a groove and like, I don't know, it's weird, it's mad. Yeah, like
Breezy were like that. He used to get interact with all the crowd. I like to stand on a stage, buzzing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Running round on that stage, mate.
Yeah.
That stage is mine. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. That's why I like doing clubs with stages.
Yeah, it depends on the club. Like I was just going to say, it depends.
Because some of the clubs you have to stand in a DJ box, or you have to stand. I don't mind standing in a DJ box. Like I say, I think I'm used to that with the Maxime's days and all that, because that's how I learned how to DJ.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's something that I'm used to. But yeah, love it, man. Love it. You can't beat it, man.
So where are you progressing from here then? I mean, fucking hell, you've told us your stories.
Right, so like I say, I've got these nights coming up.
DJing, MC.
Yeah,
MCs.
Probably do a few Smoke and Cane live streams.
Yeah.
The live streams at the moment, you know, are bigger than they're getting a lot of people doing lives.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
so what do you want out of it?
And we're doing a Happy Days night as well in September.
Yeah.
Danny rang me up. He's found the venue. It's only a small place. I think it's in Preston.
So that's been 15 years. So this is your 15.
Yeah,
is it 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years. 2007.
So what's your lineup?
Obviously, we're going to try and get Matt.
Yeah.
We'll try and get another DJ, but I don't know about that. Apparently, I don't know if he's not doing it anymore. But we have to get the original lineup on, don't we?
Yeah.
If it's going to happen, I don't know. Chris and Matt.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that one to Danny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens in it. And they'll probably do a few live streams, Happy Days ones as well, building up to it. Because that's what everyone's doing now. They're doing live streams for the nights, building up, like Beachy from Madison's. He's done a big, he's like, the flyer is cool, man. It's like a chalkboard with names on it every week, and they're scribbling the names out when we've done the week, like, you know, and he's 5 weeks building up to the night. He's got a DJ every week doing a live.
Yeah.
He just gets them up for it.
See, it's like verses as well, the verses.
Yeah.
So that's like, it's proper old school, that's what I like.
And apparently the Zone versus Fever thing, well...
See what happens there.
See what happens, innit?
That's something else,
I'm not saying nothing.
Oh, I've been going on about this for years.
My lips are sealed.
No,
but if that happens, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
But what the thing is, who am I going to wait for? Because I wait for both now.
Well, DJ for one and MC for the other.
Well, yeah, could do. DJ for Fever and MC for Zone.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, that, Paulie, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Same with Cappers.
You'll be the only one again, do you know what I mean? You'll be on stage with me.
It's mad as well. Keith Capstick, he's been like working for Fever around about the same time as me, and he'd been working at Zone about the same time as me. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was my boy at Maxime's, Keith Capstick.
Keith Capstick.
Yeah, he was the one that I always used to want to go on. Me and him are like, we started out together basically. Yeah. We always say we still see each other now. So we were there together when we first started. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was cool when Keith from. When young Keith, I'm on only 5 minutes, boom, straight in DJ box watching him. You're like that flicking through his box, like, keep playing that. You know what I mean? That's what I was like. He used to lend him tunes and that to play, because ones that he didn't have, and he'd like, I've got to play that, Keith. He once, I'll tell you a mad story, New Year's Eve, packed out in Maxime's. Yeah. Keith will remember this.
What year?
Well, we're at the 2000, we're at the 99, 2000.
Yeah.
It was 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
It was packed. Maxime's was absolutely rammed top to bottom.
Yeah.
It was MC and Keith. I've got this tune, right? I got it in one of them collections that I told you about. And it was like, you wouldn't dream of playing it, but Keith, he was mad, he'd do that for Buzz Light. Yeah. It was Hot Stuff. Italian version of Hot Stuff. DJ Mike or Hot Stuff.
Right.
I need some hot stuff off the Full Monty, the fucking film.
What, Tom Jones?
I need some hard stuff.
Yeah,
that one, Donna
yeah.
Summer, weren't it? Donna Summer sang the original.
Right, okay.
Hot Stuff. It was on Full Monty, the film.
Yeah.
They got like, I need some hot stuff.
Oh, right,
I had an Italian version of it, DJ Michael. I said, Keith, why don't you play this for a laugh? Yeah, I will. Go on, man. Last tune at night, last tune of his set, he played it. This Italian version of Hot Stuff. And the crowd were going mental, mate.
There you go.
And Keith's like that, because he used to have long hair then, Keith.
Yeah.
Ponytail, like.
Well,
yeah, but Keith used to go, like, parties with Keith all the time and been some bad places with him.
Yeah.
We got chucked out of an house once in Whitehaven. We got befriended. We got befriended.
Go on.
We went to this house and everything's all cushy and that, and then next minute, lad comes up to me. I can't remember his name. My cousin said, "You're gonna have to go now." He's being funny, like, so we had to go, like.
Right.
I took him back to it. Do you remember Middle Lane Flats in Preston?
Which ones?
The big, massive, high-rise flats in Preston, right? The university. They knocked them down. Right, years ago. We went to a party there and there were Keith Rock decks, and next minute Keith's on decks and there's a fight breaking out in background and he's like, "That Keith, what's going on here?"
Okay.
We ended up going to watch Preston North End. I took him on Preston North End to watch him against Bolton.
Yeah.
We got beat 1-0.
That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got beat 1-0. We got to the playoffs final that year and got beat off them as well.
You're a Preston fan then, yeah?
I'm a United fan, but I am a Preston fan as well. Yeah, I do follow Preston, yeah. I'm a United fan, but obviously my dad and everyone supported Preston. I do follow Preston. My son now, Ryan, he goes on all the time. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to watch him next week against Luton. I'm going out driving to Luton to watch him, yeah. Because Ryan goes on now all the time, so it's like an excuse to go on with him, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So it's like I've not been on for years. Not been on for a long time. No, I went on this year actually against Derby. I seen Wayne Rooney.
Yeah?
I wanted to see Wayne Rooney, didn't I?
Right.
So, like, because I'm a United fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went on that game. But yeah, I'm going to Luton next week.
How many kids have you got?
I've got one, but I've got step-kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan always says the rhyme about him, our little boy Ryan says to me, but he's not little anymore.
No. How old is he?
He's 22.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine it.
I hope he's 22 because if he's not, I'm rubbish with age.
Well, he is tonight anyway. Yeah. No, it's I've not got any kids, mate. I'm a bit.
In fact, you know what?
Bit gutted about it, mate.
Edit that.
No,
edit that one, mate. Because he'll curse me for it. He will.
I'll edit that out. Yeah, I've not got any kids, mate. I'm a bit. It's a bit gutting, really, to be honest with you, mate. I don't know. I don't think I've met the right girl. But if I have met the right girl, it's not been the right time.
They're hard work.
Yeah.
No, they're alright, mate. They're worth it, they're good.
Yeah.
But they are hard work, like I say.
You know, it's...
They're worth it in long run.
Yeah, I bet. You know what I mean? It's one of them. It gives you something to live for, doesn't it?
Mad Ryan were born in 99 when I started emceeing the magazines as well.
Yeah, you were so... Yeah,
I remember I was supposed to do a night in magazines. On the first, I think I did magazines with Wizard, and then I got invited to go back again. But I couldn't do it because Ryan was getting brought home on the Sunday from hospital, so I had to take him home. I didn't really fancy taking him home like half cut, do you know what I mean, off my banner.
Yeah.
You know, because at the time I was doing things then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I missed that night. So, but all my mates filmed me in the next night. So we used to get loads from Preston going to Maxine.
Yeah.
We used to get coaches and everything. We always used to go down on train.
Yeah.
Remember the first night I MC'd there proper. There were cars going down. They filled the train nearly. Because, like, I used to get the little trains to Wigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get loads, man. Used to get loads, yeah. Good days.
They are good days, mate.
That's why Take Me Back, innit? Take Me Back, that's what says it all, doesn't it?
Take you back,
That's what we're doing, taking people back.
Taking people back to the...
That's how it was.
It's back to how it was, mate, yeah.
But now it's big.
Living the memory, do you know what I mean?
The scene's gone big again, mate.
Yeah.
It has, I've noticed since lockdown and COVID, it's picked up.
I think lockdown it's made a lot of people like go within themselves as well. Do you know what I mean? And like a lot of people lost touch with friends and family and lost that kind of human connection. And like, you know, I've got anxiety. I mean, anxiety. Whatever. You know, it's just worry. But
I get anxious, mate.
I can feel it in my chest. It's a natural thing that everybody has. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like I think. It's become more apparent now, like people's mental health and that has become more apparent through this COVID, but music and reaching out to people and coming together with the music and like we said, what we're doing tonight, it's it's you know, it's a lease of life for people. You know what I mean?
Live streaming helped me out big time because obviously COVID's going to get you down and it will get a lot of people depressed.
A lot of people.
I was like, I want to be doing that. I want to be doing some streams and doing some sets.
You've got to be out seeing people. You know what I mean? And no one could go out. No one could even go out seeing people. You know. So these live streams it's an interaction.
Yeah, it was good.
You know what I mean? So you can actually interact with people.
That's it, mate.
Like my mum was in the lakes. She lives in the lakes. My mum.
It's lovely up there, isn't it?
Yeah, she lives.
Talk to Keith about he lives up there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives in Kendal, doesn't he? And then my mum lives in Cartmel, which is even a bit further on. You know, and it's like she's a city girl originally. Like she's from Salford, and like you know, and up there it was mad. Like the COVID situation, she wouldn't come out of the house. You know what I mean? And like they were just really scared. You know what I mean? And I was panicking for her because I worked every single day of COVID. You know what I mean? I worked day in,
I know.
day
I
out.
heard that on your interview with Breezy that you worked all the time. And
every single day, mate. And you know, I never wore a mask. I've never worn a mask, and this, that, and the other. And I was in with the public, and you know, and it's kind of like. Okay, yeah, I was silly for doing that because I didn't know, but it might have been me just being a bit arrogant towards the whole situation, which, you know, it's actually come apparent that I was kind of right anyway. But I mean, you know, and it's like, but I felt sorry for people like my mum and my granddad, and like I spent Christmas on my own, like you probably heard on I was saying to the Capella a lot, and I spent Christmas on my own. I couldn't go to my granddad's house where my mum was and all the family was.
Your family were,
you know, and that's because of COVID, like this little bug, and it's actually it's drove people apart. It's drove families apart, and I think that what we're doing now is you know it's bringing people together.
This is a good thing. Like it's a good thing what you're doing, mate. People like stories.